he's playing out of his mind, man. The Wizards should change the name to the Washington Westbrooks, honestly. But Westbrook's playing out of his mind. He's got all these triple doubles. He's on pace to break. I think he's 5 away maybe from breaking Oscar Robinson's triple double record. That's been around for 50 years. How do you guys feel about Westbrook, man? And just what he's doing overall before we dive a little deeper.
Yeah.
No love for the triple double. The crickets.
I'll say this much, man, is Russell Westbrook, man. Like, look at the distance between him and John Wall and Beal now. It's just like you've seen the level of difference in the comparator that he is against John Wall. No knock to John Wall, but like due to him being injured, like I gotta say, Russell Westbrook is a phenomenal phenom of a player that we get to watch. We should enjoy it until he can't give it to us no more. Pause.
Oh, we lost Bryce. We get him back though. So do you think that the Wizards can actually win with Westbrook's style of play? Like, you think that can carry over into the playoffs? Like one guy doing it all.
It works. It works because you have Bradley Beal that is not a ball hog, that he doesn't really need the ball to score, but he will score and give you like 30, 50 points if need be. And the fact that Russell is a great point guard. He is not a bad point guard. In this league right now, I think he's your top 5 point guard in this league. The fact that he triple doubles all the time, guaranteed 10+ assists a game, and rebounds just as much. You telling me this guy is not a top 10, a top 5 point guard is ridiculous because he is that and more. In my opinion, he's top 3. He's behind Chris Paul.
Okay, I'll give you top 5 in the league right now. I might even give you top 3 in the league right now. But when we're talking about a guy that's breaking Oscar Robinson records and things like that, we're talking generational talent. Do you think he's a top 5 point guard of all time?
Hell no.
Yes.
Yeah.
This man averaged a triple double 2 years in a row. 2 years in a row.
4 total. 4 total years. 4 years total.
Bro, name another point guard that's ever done that. Besides
bro,
Oscar
they disrespectful. He's coming off a 20 rebound, 20 assist game. You know, it's a very short list of players that have done that in the history of the NBA. It's only 2 guys on the list: Russell Westbrook and Wilt Chamberlain. I've said it before. Y'all know how I feel about lists that involve Wilt Chamberlain. If you're on a list with Wilt Chamberlain, you're probably an all-time great. Russell Westbrook is an all-time great. He's not just one of the best point guards of this era. He's one of the best point guards of all time. If you can't appreciate what he's doing, you're digging too deep with your eyes. You're doing too much with your eye test. You're trying to connect dots that aren't actually there. You're not realizing the greatness. Russell Westbrook is one of those players where a lot of people end up appreciating him once he's done. Once he hangs them up, you'll look back and say, oh my gosh, Russell Westbrook was this great. You won't even be able to believe it because right now you're not giving the man his flowers. But don't worry, he'll get it in due time.
Okay, so I heard Scruff say he's not top 5 of all time. I'm inclined to agree with Scruff. I'm gonna give you guys a name. You tell me if Russ is better than them. Magic Johnson.
No, nobody's better than Magic. That's the number 1.
Okay.
He made that position even better. He's the reason why we look into point guards.
Isaiah Thomas?
Maybe.
Yes.
Maybe.
He's better. I put him over Isaiah Thomas. I put him over Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas is not – he's a point guard, right? But Isaiah Thomas is one of those guys where you could kind of say he's more of a combo guard, kind of more in that – and I wasn't in that era, but I watched enough hardwood classics to recognize what type of player he really was. More of a combo guard, more of a scorer.
Isaiah was a 20 and 10 with 2 steals guy. We had a lot of talent around him, but okay, I'll give you.
I can't say Russell Westbrook's better than Isaiah Thomas, bro, because Isaiah Thomas won the championship.
Yeah, but that's a team thing, though. That's a team thing.
Isn't the point guard? The point guard is the engine. Is the engine to the team. It is the person that sets the team up. They are the.
He's the conductor.
You know, literally the conductor of the team.
So you're telling me
a good point guard would win.
See, you're telling me Isaiah Thomas could do his Doug Dizzle thing, what Westbrook is doing with whatever the Wizards have on that field?
I mean, Isaiah Thomas
kept the same as much.
Isaiah Thomas was the hurdle that Jordan had to get over.
Right.
Yeah, because them boys, that's what they call them bad boy pistons. Them boys were throwing elbows. Them boys were throwing haymakers playing basketball.
Let's put it like this.
Mike Tyson fight.
let's put it like this, man. If you drop Isaiah Thomas in this era, this is the thing y'all gotta understand. Russell Westbrook could transcend any era of basketball. You drop him in the 50s, he's a dog. You drop him in the 80s, he's a dog. Right now, he's a dog. I don't know if you drop Isaiah Thomas in this current era of basketball, how much of a dog is he really? What do we think he would be in this era right now? Do you think he's winning 2 championships in this era with the Bad Boy Pistons? I'm not sure. Maybe, but I'm not sure. I know one thing about Russell Westbrook, man. He's a dog and he can lead a team. Triple-double monster, bro. Come on.
Westbrook hasn't won a championship, but I will say this. I'm gonna give you another name because we could kind of debate Isaiah. And you said any generation. What about this generation? Is he better than Steph Curry?
No.
Is Steph Curry a point guard? Maybe.
He's a point guard.
I don't view Steph Curry as a point guard.
Oh, yeah, same here.
Bro, how can you not view guys as point guards when there's no other point guard on the starting lineup? Who's the point guard on the team now?
Right. I mean, they kind of got more of a point guard by committee. Draymond Green is a facilitator just as much as Steph Curry in that offense.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Like, I mean, I'm sorry,
Very
bro. I don't
true.
really view Steph Curry.
Y'all trying to change the debate, man. Look up the position. Look up Steph Curry's position and tell me it ain't a point guard, man. Stop it.
Okay, I'm gonna throw you.
Well, look, I put Russ over Steph Curry at the end of the day, so it is what it is.
That's outrageous.
That's absolutely crazy. But all right, what about Jason?
It's not crazy. It's not crazy.
Is Russ better than Jason Kidd?
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes. He's better.
Maybe.
Not really though. Not really. Jason Kidd led the Nets to 3 straight championships, bro. Russell Westbrook could never, bro. Could never.
And he won one with
never.
He didn't win any of those chips when he was leading the team. He won a chip with Dallas as a fourth fiddle. I mean, JJ Barea was balling harder than Jason Kidd when they won the chip. I don't want to hear that.
It ain't about, but Westbrook went to the chip one time, right? He had KD on the squad. Westbrook by himself, whatever. He had help, but getting to the chip 3 times as a point guard, and let's not forget it. They had Vince Carter on some of them teams, but bro, he was doing it with Richard Jefferson and Kenyon Martin, bro. Like, he was really point guarding them teams, like.
Respect, but who else was in the East at that time? You didn't have you didn't have teams like Miami with the big 3. You didn't have teams like Golden State with KD, bro. That was not happening in that era. If you drop Russ in that era, he probably goes to a championship.
Nah, if you drop Russ in that era, he's probably Stephon Marbury.
What are you talking about, bro? What? That's so blasphemous, bro. That's what I said, man. People not giving Russ his flowers, bro. Comparing Russ to Stephon Marbury is the most blasphemous thing I've ever heard, bro.
So who's better, AI or Russell? I say Russell.
No.
AI.
That's a tough conversation. Yeah.
Is it
I lean towards Russell. When you look at a career,
AI.
I lean towards Russell.
AI.
Yeah, you're gonna say AI.
Russ is Steve Nash.
Russell.
Yeah, I can't.
What did Steve Nash do that's so amazing? What, his MVP year?
He's had MVP.
I'll give you that.
His MVP year when someone else should have won MVP, when Kobe should have won MVP? Are y'all crazy? When he didn't even have the best stats in the league? Are y'all kidding me, bro? He was on the best team with the best record. I give him that. Russ won MVP doing something that no one else has ever done in 50 years. Come on.
bro. Steve Nash is 3rd in assists all time. he's not.
Russ up there though. Like,
where will Russ end in assists? Where will Russ end in assists? What do you think? You don't think Russ is going to be? Russ will probably end up beating Steve Nash in assists. He keep going at this pace, bro. Come on, bro. Don't talk about Russ like his career is over too. He's nowhere near over.
Russ or John Stockton?
Russ.
Stockton. What?
It's Russ over Stockton.
If Russell was playing with Karl Malone, that's a tip. Y'all boys is crazy, man.
Bro, Stockton has 3,000 more assists than than Nash. Like, I don't know, man.
Stockton could dish him. Couldn't do much of anything else. He could hit a mid-range, but couldn't do much of anything else, but he definitely could dish him.
I think he's selling Stockton short. I'm a little older than you guys. So I seen him on that pick and roll, absolutely unstoppable with him and Malone. All right, man. I think I got another name. Because I see this is a Russ party. I might got another name. Let me check my notes.
Nah, I got one. Chris Paul, man. What up?
Chris Paul.
Chris Paul. I'm taking Chris Paul.
I'm going Russ, bro. Russ and Chris Paul just literally played with the exact same team. This is a fact.
Happened? And what happened?
Russ finished 4th with them, and Chris Paul finished 8th with them, 7th or 8th.
Hey, but
what do you mean? What happened? That's simple.
No,
he finished
6th. Russ took them boys 4th. Simple.
Which team had more wins? Russ with Chris Paul, Russ with OKC or Chris Paul with OKC? Same team. The same.
I remember where they finished. But I'm not sure who had wins. I can look that up though. I got Google.
No, I already know it. Both teams had 44 wins. I already know it.
So you're telling me one's better because they had the exact same wins?
So now we get to the playoffs, right? We got the exact same wins. We get to the playoffs. What did Russ do in the playoffs?
Shit.
I think he got beat by Lillard, right?
No, he got beat. Yeah, 4-1. 4-1. He got beat. You don't remember Lillard rocking the baby on him? All that.
And what happened to Paul in the playoffs?
Paul lost in Game 7 to Houston.
So they both lost. So we're giving them more credit for going to Game 7. All right. Cool.
All right. Okay.
You both lose in the same round.
So what position did the Wizards finish in last year in the standings?
They finished low. They finished low enough to have the number 9 overall pick.
They probably finished 10th.
10th. Where are they at right now?
Bro, I literally just told you that Russell Westbrook has played half the season with a torn quad. You know what that means? You know what it means to have a torn quad yourself? Or y'all just like never minding that like it didn't happen? Did you watch Russ in the first half of the season? He wasn't even dunking in the first half of the season because he could not jump. He played through a torn quad, and look where they are now. Last 19 games, 16 and 3.
Dr. Fauci, if you get on the court, you know what I'm saying, you hurt or you injured. If you're going to suit up and play, look, don't leave now. Bring that ass back. Don't leave now. He went to check the stats. I ain't mad at him.
Hey, man, my technical difficulty said you was being blasphemous, so it dropped me out the live, man. I'm back, though. I'm back. Stop disrespecting the boy Russ. Put some respect on his name, man.
All right, so we got 2 people that think he's not a top 5 guard of all time. And 2 guys that think he is. We split down the middle. We're gonna have to let the fans decide. That's the only fair way to do this at this point, right?
Yeah. The only problem is they tend to he's top 5, but I could name like 8 guys better than him. But that's another conversation.
You can name 8 guys that you think are better than him. And at the end of the day, Russ's career is not over. When it's all said and done, when you stack up the numbers, when you stack up his accomplishments, he will be top 5 point guards of all time, unless you're just using your flawed eye test to come up with something that you feel. And if you use feelings, fine, you'll take Russ down. But if you use stats, he's top 5.
What I know is Chris Paul, the Suns were a 10th place team. You know what I'm saying? They was barely in the bubble and all that, right? Did they even make the bubble?
No,
I don't even remember. They 10th place team. They're number 2 in the league. They were just number 1. Chris Paul elevates teams, man. That's what I know.
It's a fact.
I don't care if Russ is top 5, but he's not above Chris Paul in any shape or form. You know what I'm saying? The league wouldn't let Chris Paul go link up with nobody. Like they said, no sir.
No, that's a fact. I think that's the toughest comparison is Chris Paul and Russ. I really can go either one when it comes to Chris Paul and Russ. If I'm being honest, I'm playing devil's advocate a little bit, but y'all know how I feel about Chris Paul, man. I said it. I told y'all he's my MVP this year. When y'all was looking at me crazy when I said that. So I love Chris Paul, but when it's all said and done and we're comparing careers, Russell will have the better career than Chris Paul. If Chris Paul gets a championship with the Suns, that changes things. If he doesn't get a chip and we stack their careers together, if you don't put Russ over him, it's going to end up looking blasphemous.
Yeah, if you look at stats only, then yeah, Russell Westbrook's the choice.
If
you actually watch basketball games and you watch the fourth quarter of basketball games particularly, then you're going to choose Chris Paul.
I'm taking Chris Paul. I like the basketball IQ. I'm going with the real point guard, the floor general. They both make ugly styles of Jordans. You know what I'm saying? So they're a tie right there. But